The criminal justice system often finds itself at the center of heated debates, with opinions diverging on numerous aspects. However, amid this whirlpool of differing viewpoints, there emerges a singular, indisputable truth. Certain individuals, through their monstrous actions, have proven themselves deserving of confinement away from society. Across the globe, there exist offenders who have committed atrocities so severe they are securely held behind bars to prevent further harm. Today, we will delve into the cases of such individuals. These criminals, currently under maximum security, are recognized as some of the most perilous inmates in existence. Their stories shed light on the depth of human malevolence and the critical role of incarceration in safeguarding the public from extreme threats. This is Nico Jenkins. For those unfamiliar with Nico Jenkins, his name might not ring a bell, but his image likely conjures memories of headlines from 2019 when his chilling portrait circulated widely online. Despite the viral nature of his photograph, the grim details of his crimes remain less known to many. Jenkins's life was marred by adversity from the outset, with a family background characterized by neglect, substance abuse, and criminal activities, including theft and murder, in Omaha, Nebraska. Early behavioral warning signs were evident. Jenkins engaged in carjacking by 16 and exhibited violent behavior, including participating in riots and assaulting prison guards during his incarcerations. In a horrifying spree over just 10 days in 2013, Jenkins brutally murdered 4 individuals. One victim had a prior acquaintance with him during incarceration, while the others were strangers. The murders were executed with chilling precision, with Jenkins targeting his victim's head, back, face, and, in one instance, groin. His arrest followed shortly after, initially on charges unrelated to the murders, specifically for making terroristic threats. Subsequent investigations linked him conclusively to the gruesome acts in Omaha's 4th Street area. Jenkins attributed the motive behind his heinous acts to sacrifices made in honor of Apophis, an ancient Egyptian deity, a claim he made during an extensive 8-hour interview. Despite pleading guilty and citing severe mental illness as a contributing factor to his actions, Jenkins was handed a death sentence by a panel of 3 judges. Additionally, he received a 450-year prison sentence for related weapons charges. Efforts to appeal this sentence have been unsuccessful, with the United States Supreme Court declining to review his case. Aileen Wuornos, born on February 29, 1956, her life was a tragic blend of abuse, neglect, and turmoil from a very young age. Wuornos' story is a complex one, marked by a troubled childhood and a difficult life that ultimately led her down a dark path. Wuornos turned to sex work at an early age to survive, a decision that led her on a collision course with the law and eventually to her committing a series of murders. Between 1989 and 1990, Wuornos killed 7 men in Florida, claiming that her actions were in self-defense against rape or attempted rape while she was working as a prostitute. However, the jury saw her actions differently, and she was convicted of 6 of the murders after a highly publicized trial. Her life and subsequent trial threw a spotlight on issues such as the treatment of female criminals in the justice system, the death penalty, and the psychological impact of chronic abuse and neglect. Wuornos' erratic behavior and claims of police and judicial system conspiracies against her painted a complex picture of her mental state during her trial and appeals. In 2002, after a decade on death row and a series of appeals, Wuornos stopped fighting her legal battles, stating that she would rather die than spend another day in prison. She was executed by lethal injection on October 9, 2002, in Florida State Prison. Her last words were reported to be, "I'd just like to say I'm sailing with the Rock, and I'll be back like Independence Day, with Jesus." Her case continues to evoke discussions on the intersection of mental health, the criminal justice system, and societal treatment of marginalized individuals. This is Michael Brady, prisoner known for his involvement in a violent escape attempt from Pasquotank Correctional Institution in North Carolina on October 12, 2017. This attempted breakout was one of the most violent and tragic incidents in the history of North Carolina's prison system. During the escape attempt, Brady, along with other inmates, killed 4 prison employees, making it a deadly and shocking event. Before this incident, Brady had a history of criminal activities. He was already serving time for attempted murder after shooting at a state trooper in Durham, North Carolina in 2013. This background set the stage for the 2017 escape attempt, highlighting the dangers and challenges within the prison system. The escape attempt itself involved a detailed and violent plan. Brady and the other inmates attempted to use fire as a distraction with the aim of fleeing the facility amidst the chaos. However, the escape was thwarted, and the aftermath was a somber reflection on the security and safety measures within correctional facilities. Following the failed escape and the heinous acts committed during the attempt, Brady faced trial for the murder of the 4 prison staff members. The incident brought to light significant concerns regarding prison security, inmate management, and the safety of correctional facility employees. Brady's case, due to its severity and the tragic loss of life, has been a point of discussion in debates over prison reform, safety protocols, and the handling of high-risk inmates within the correctional system. As of my last update, Michael Brady had been convicted and sentenced for his role in the tragic events of that day. His actions and the resulting fallout have had lasting impacts on the victims' families, the survivors, and the broader discussion on how prisons operate and protect both employees and inmates. This is Martez Abram. He is a convicted prisoner known for a tragic and violent act that occurred in South Haven, Mississippi. Abram was charged with the shooting at a Walmart store in July 2019, an event that resulted in 2 fatalities and injured an officer. The victims were identified as Walmart employees, which added to the shock and sorrow within the community and among the national public. The incident led to Abram's arrest and subsequent legal proceedings, where details emerged about possible motives and the circumstances leading up to the shooting. Reports suggested that Abram had been suspended from his job at Walmart due to an incident involving the display of a knife. The community of South Haven, along with the victims' families and the nation, mourned the loss and grappled with the senseless violence. Abram's trial focused on the charges stemming from the shooting, examining his actions and the events that precipitated the tragedy. The case contributed to ongoing discussions about workplace violence, gun control, and the measures necessary to prevent such devastating incidents in the future. The legal outcomes for Abram, including any convictions or sentences, were determined in the context of the serious nature of his crimes. Cases like Abram's serve as a grim reminder of the potential for violence in everyday settings and the importance of addressing the underlying issues that contribute to such acts. And so we close another chapter in the dark annals of crime. But remember, the story never truly ends. It only pauses, waiting for justice, for closure, or perhaps a new beginning. Thank you for joining us at Crime Chronic, where we delve deep into the shadows to bring light to the truth. The mysteries continue, and so does our quest. Stay vigilant, stay curious, and above all, stay safe. For more tales from the cryptic corners of crime, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications, and share with those who dare to look beyond the surface. Have insights or theories of your own? Dive into the comments below. Your perspective could shine a light on the darkest of mysteries.